Hey everyone, welcome to our presentation tonight on why challenge groups are your secret to success. My name is Farrah Wiberg, and I'm here tonight with my I'm here with my success partner, Christine, and we just want to chat with you for a little bit about challenge groups and how we've had success with them and how we hope we can help you on your journey too. So before we dig in too deep into what challenge groups are, I want to give you a little background on my journey first, and then I'll give Christine her turn. So to give you a little backstory, in my 20s, I was kind of like your typical college student. I didn't really care or focus too much on my health or fitness, and I was really one of those annoying people who was thin without having to try. And I miss those days. But anyway, I met my husband, Jeff, and you can see him there on the left. And we got married. And it was really once I hit my late 20s and we were ready to start trying for a family that I found myself suddenly gaining weight for no reason. And I hadn't changed any of my behaviors. Granted, they weren't always the healthiest, but before I had been thin without having to work at it. So it was frustrating, and I started to focus a little bit more on my nutrition, but I still avoided the gym like the plague, which I will admit I still do to this day. But nothing I was doing was seeming to make an impact. And then not only that, as we were trying to grow our family, we were hitting a wall. Nothing was happening. And when we were about 9 months into that, I finally was like, you know what, we need to get some answers. So I went to my doctor and had some tests run, found out that I had PCOS, which is really some fancy acronym for polycystic ovarian syndrome. And essentially that means I had trouble conceiving. And not only that, there were issues with how my body processed food. I was insulin resistant, much like a diabetic would be. I had a higher risk for heart disease by 7 times. And then all those fun little side effects that no woman likes to talk about, like hair growth and skin issues and bloating, really a whole mishmash of things that made me not too excited to get that diagnosis. And so I was kind of left there wondering, like, what do I do? What's next? Well, my first priority then was obviously still trying to grow our family. So my doctor put me on fertility drugs. I was able, so thankfully, to conceive our son. You can see me extremely pregnant there in the second photo. He was born in May of 2009, and we were blessed again with our daughter in August of 2011. So I had a very rapidly growing family, was very happy about that, but there was that other piece of my life that just was not gelling. The weight I had put on before my pregnancies was now compounded by weight from 2 pregnancies. And even though I hadn't gained a lot with each pregnancy, it was still enough where I felt so uncomfortable in my skin. I just avoided photos. I would make my kids stand in front of me so that I could hide the parts of me I wasn't proud of. I totally lacked confidence, in myself as a woman. And I just wanted to get that back, that ease that I used to have with my body and feeling great in whatever I wore. So I knew I needed to start figuring out a solution. And that is when I stumbled upon 21 Day Fix. And I will tell you, I call this my soulmate program for a reason. It is what absolutely got me back on track and to where I am now. I got on board because the workouts were only 30 minutes long. I could totally work that into my schedule as a busy working mom. It had a nutrition component with portion control that just really spoke to me. It wasn't making it complex or confusing. I could work it into our normal lives without a problem. And then Shakeology was kind of like my savior. And we'll go into that a little bit more later. But all those 3 things combined really put me back on the path towards having a healthy life back. And it's really honestly what made me fall in love with the whole experience of being in a challenge group and the support and the encouragement and motivation, so much so that I decided to become a coach myself. And so that's kind of a little bit of my story. Why don't we go into Christine's?
Hello, everybody. I hope you're having a great evening. Thanks for joining us. So my story is a little bit different, of course, than Farrah's. I actually have never, last time I could say I was naturally thin was probably when I was 10 years old. I've always struggled with my weight, something I've always had to work at. But then when I had children, it just kind of took on a whole new thing. My 2 girls are only 27 months apart. And so with my pregnancies, I did put on quite a bit of weight. I was one of those people who put on 65 pounds with each pregnancy and didn't take off all the weight between them. But there's more to my story than just that. I am a sufferer of chronic high blood pressure. I've had it since I was 26 years old. And, I got to a point in my life where I realized that, it wasn't just weight loss. It was going to make a difference with that. And I wanted to be here to see my children grow. So I really felt like I had to start doing something. And for years, I tried everything. I tried, Weight Watchers, what do you call it? Now I can't remember the name of it.
Is it MetaFast?
MetaFast. Thank you. Yes. A bunch of, and you name it. I tried all these things. Actually, MetaFast was the one that I ended up on where I started to lose some weight, but I realized quickly that again, I was going to start gaining my weight back. So what really happened was in 2013, I kind of hit a brick wall. I was at my heaviest weight I'd ever been. I was getting ready to send my youngest off to kindergarten. And, I was pushing 200 pounds and just absolutely miserable. I had spent, I won't go into all the details of my business, but I was coming out of a failed business where the recession had pretty much taken it from me. And I was just not in a good place. I was depressed. I was overweight and just unhealthy. My blood pressure was at an all-time high. I had hit the point where I was at the highest dose that they could give in my medication, and I was taking it twice a day. Most people only take that medication at that dose once a day, and my doctor had me doubled on it. My stress was so high that she said, I can either give you anti-anxiety drugs or I just double up your medication. And that's when I kind of hit this wall. I was like, I want to be here to watch my children, grow up. I don't want to end up stroking out on them or having a heart attack, and by the time I'm 40 years old. So, at the age of 38, I went on a journey to start losing weight. And along the way, I discovered Beachbody. As I lost the weight, I realized that this time I needed to be able to keep it off. Unlike all the other times where I had lost it and gained 5 or 10 pounds back, I didn't want to do that again because that would I just couldn't do it anymore. Had to get off that vicious cycle. And I know we've all been there where we've yo-yoed with diets and I just needed a solution. And I'd actually met my coach and kind of followed her for about 6 months actually, before I decided to join one of her challenge groups. And when I finally decided to join it, not only did I join her challenge group, I signed up as a coach at the same time because I wanted a discount on the products. And we'll get more into what those products are later, but it gave me a 25% discount on my Shakeology. And that's really what I wanted because I knew that I needed something that was going to be quick and easy because I was one of those people who struggled with eating breakfast. For years, I would skip it and all of a sudden it'd be 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And I realized all I'd had that day was coffee. I had done unbelievable damage to my metabolism and, I knew I needed to work out. I was getting ready to turn 40. I'm now 41. And, other than playing with 10 pounds, which is kind of normal with hormones, I've been able to keep most of my weight off and just keep going with my journey. And I fell in love with because of my first challenge group that I was in. I just fell in love with it so much that I decided I wasn't just going to do coaching for the discount, but that I actually wanted to help other people achieve what I had achieved. I had finally found myself and found something that was working and that I felt was going to be with me for the long term, that I wasn't going to just be like, okay, now that this diet is done, now what? That I actually had something that was going to sustain me. And by having these challenge groups and helping others, I was also helping myself. And that became very important. And I think I'm kind of rambling. So I think I will end my story there. But one more thing I'll say, since there's a picture of my husband and I up here, through all my struggles with my weight and everything else and my depression, I almost destroyed our marriage. And I look at us now and I realize because of these challenge groups and being a part of this, I actually have saved my marriage too. And so I just want to throw that in there that sometimes when we are lost and we just need to find ourselves, being in these groups and having that extra accountability and having people there with you is so much better, not to go it alone. It's so hard to lose the weight and keep the weight off when we're trying to do it by ourselves. And it wasn't until I finally reached out and started involving other people in my weight loss journey that I was able to keep it off. When I started to have other accountability partners and and these challenge groups to be in, that it made all the difference.
Oh, I love that. And I cannot agree more. I mean, it's been life-changing. I don't know what I honestly did before I had people in my life holding me accountable.
Right, exactly.
So, you know,
including you.
yeah,
It's
right.
one of my many accountability partners here.
That's right. That's right. So, we get it, you guys. Weight loss can be so overwhelming. There are a million diets out there that make tons of promises that they can't possibly keep. I mean, there's the abs diet, there's the top foods to eat to lose weight, there's counting carbs, there's cutting calories, there's, no gluten, there's no sugar, there's Atkins. I mean, there's a million of them, right? And I'm sure at some point or another, we've all tried one of them. But you know what? There just is no magic pill. It's really about putting in the work, and that comes with the fitness and the nutrition we put into our bodies. And the beauty of our programs is that the meal plans are all created by nutrition experts, and they know what we need to eat to get the best results possible. Because knowing that we're putting whole food nutrition and simple portion control into our routine is going to keep us on track, help us to save time without being overwhelmed, because the hard work's already done for you. And I will just say, again, as a busy working mom, that is a lifesaver to me. I need it to be non-complex so that I can easily work it into our lives and not the other way around. I don't want to be a slave to meal planning and dinner prep. I want it to be something that's manageable, that takes the guesswork out of it.
So I'm going to talk a little bit about the myth. That you need 60 minutes a day to get your workouts in the gym to get results. Well, I can tell you firsthand, as somebody who is not a gym goer and has tried numerous gyms and given way too much money to the gym industry, that has just gone to me not showing up because of the time commitment, that's not true at all. The truth is those trips to the gym can, be stressful like they were for me. And just, I felt like a fish out of water when I would show up at the gym. And it's the reality of getting dressed, getting there, and getting the workout in and getting home. It actually ends up being more than 60 minutes just to even commit to that. The reality is I do my workouts at home, and they take 30 minutes a day. And, some of us and I can do that only 5 days a week and get the same results, actually better results, because I never got results in the gym that I got for myself at home. And I even for 4 years, I did boot camp style workouts where I met with a group of people and worked out. And so if you're thinking, oh, the only way you get results is going to the gym and spending that time, it's just not the case.
Yeah. And honestly, like 30 minutes, that's the length of a sitcom, right?
Right. Exactly. And those people that I hear all the time, I don't have time to work out. And, the reality is we all have 30 minutes. We just have to prioritize. I mean, if you're on Facebook, if you're watching TV, you've got 30 minutes in the day. I've learned to cut out some of the things that I used to do because I'd rather have my health and fitness than watch some 30-minute sitcom.
Exactly. And then it makes it so much easier too to do it first thing in the morning, rather than thinking you have to get up an hour and a half early to get a workout in, or even just after your kids go to bed. It doesn't seem so overwhelming.
And the best part about it is it doesn't matter what you look like when you work out at home. And half the time I don't even put on my sneakers. I'm barefoot, and so I had to go to some thing where I needed to wear workout clothes. And I realized that all my workout clothes were not in the best looking because I work out at home and I don't need them to look nice.
Yeah, there are some liberties taken when you work out at home, that's for sure.
And you don't have the creepers that you have at the gym.
Or the sweaty, stinky equipment. Yep, totally there.
And I'm a germaphobe, so.
So, guys, our mission is we are here. We want to help you to feel healthy and confident in your own skin again. I mean, we've been there. We just told you our stories. We know what it's like to struggle and to look in the mirror and to not feel comfortable, or your clothes don't fit right, or to hide in photos. We want to take that away and make you feel great again. We want you to not only hit your goal, but we want to help you to stay there. So this isn't just about a 30-day challenge group. It's about the long haul, about us being your coach for the long term, helping you to achieve those goals that you so desperately want to hit and maybe have never been able to get there before. We want to help you create habits that are manageable and will last you far beyond the challenge. So that's like finding, again, a workout that's going to click with you, that will work into your schedule, that meets your needs, that gives you the results you want, and nutrition that's really going to work into your life rather than the other way around. We want you to live your life. Again, no more sidelines. We're done with that. We want you to actually be out there and embracing life and to live it to the fullest. And really, at the end of the day, we just want you to feel confident and proud of how you look and how you feel on the inside and what you're able to accomplish in your life because of it.
So, what is a challenge group? So, for starters, we do these challenge groups. We have two different things we use. We actually use, we do Facebook groups, and we actually also have a tracker, which I won't go into detail on that, but I'll talk about just the private groups. So we have private accountability groups on Facebook. And in those groups, the beauty is it's private. Nobody else can see it. It's you, your coaches, and a very small group of people. Both Farrah and I and the coaches on our team all like to keep our groups pretty small so that we can really be there for you and give you all that you need. In those groups, we have daily challenges. We have daily check-ins. We share recipes. And it just is, a place to check into every day and have that accountability. And most of us coaches like to go live in our group and we're there alongside doing it with you. You're not alone every day. And it's just a beautiful thing. Wouldn't you say, Farrah?
Absolutely. I totally agree.
So, do you have anything to add to that? I mean, I didn't go.
I guess I was going to say too, I, by nature, am a pretty introverted person. And so, the thought of going into an online group where I didn't know anyone and I was already feeling, anxious and, about getting on a health journey, that was a pretty big deal for me to join my first challenge group. And I could not have been more wrong. It was nothing scary. It was the exact opposite. And like I said, it changed everything for me. It's what convinced me to become a coach myself. But, it's a place that can be home for so many different types, so many people from different walks of life, different personalities, but you have this thing in common, and it's amazing how supportive people can be when they're working towards a common goal.
Absolutely. And the thing is, with everything going on these days, it's just nice to have this beautiful, positive place to go into and be with like-minded people and just strive for something together.
Exactly. No, I totally agree. So a challenge group, is it for you? Well, it is if when in the past you haven't seen results right away, you quit. Again, I think a lot of us can speak to that. How many times we start a program, we think it's going to give us miraculous results like all the commercials promise us, and then it doesn't. And then we just give up to try something else. Well, obviously you're not going to get anywhere too quickly, but a lot of that is because you don't have anyone holding you to it. So if you're tired of the yo-yo, a challenge group is for you. Maybe you have an important event coming up, like a vacation or a wedding or family event, or yes, a high school reunion. We've all been there, or many of us have been. And you just want to show up and you want to look hot. You want to look your best and feel confident and not be hiding under clothes that don't make you feel or look your best. A challenge group is great to get you on track for that. Maybe you get bored easily with the same workouts and you need some variety. We could talk about some options there. Maybe you are just looking for accountability, like I said, we have in challenge groups, because working out or sticking to a new lifestyle, it's tough. It's really hard to get in the swing of it, and almost impossible sometimes when you're on your own and you don't have anyone in your life that's giving you encouragement to stick with it. I think we can all agree diets leave you feeling cranky. And a lot of times you just end up cheating and binging, and you gain back everything that you worked so hard to lose. I mean, we are not about diets. This is not a diet. We are talking about nutrition for the long haul, clean eating for your life that will work for you and your family. No more dieting, friend. Get that out of your vocabulary. Maybe you're ready to start making a change, but you're just overwhelmed and you have no idea where to start. Again, this is the perfect place. So you showing up tonight was step one. Great job. Maybe you just had a baby and you want your body back. And, you know, this can be someone who had a baby 6 months ago, someone 6 years ago. I mean, guys, it was like 2 or 3 years after I had my daughter before I really got serious about this. It's never too late. So don't feel like if you're far removed from having kids that you just won't get back to where you were. That's not true. And really, if you have anywhere from just a few pounds or a significant amount of weight to lose, I mean, our challenge groups are typically 30 days in length. So we aren't promising you're going to lose 50 plus pounds in that 30 days. Obviously, that's not healthy. But we're giving you the habits and setting you on track with patterns that will get you there for the long haul. And again, as your coach, we are there with you every step of the way.
So we want to talk a little bit about the nutrition side of this whole thing. Our challenge groups are two things. They're a fitness group and they're a nutrition, and we do nutrition. One of the cool things that we do, we teach portion control. That's really what it comes down to, and making it your lifestyle and learning how to use these awesome portion control containers that really was first started with the 21-day fix program, but we've adopted it with so many other programs. And it doesn't matter what program you're doing, it's the best system out there because you're not getting deprived. You're getting to you're getting to still have all the foods that you love. You're just watching your portions of how you eat. It's amazing how a lot of times I've been there where I say, well, I'm eating healthy. I'm eating everything right. And I know when I'm starting to slide away from my containers because the food's still right, but the weight starts doing things. And that's because I'm not looking at how much of what I'm eating. And so the beautiful thing is we use these great container system to portion off our food and get the right amount of fats and vegetables and fruit and protein and whatnot in our diet each day to really have a healthy, balanced diet. And it still leaves room for you to have treats and that glass of wine when you need it, or that piece of chocolate. You know, we don't want you to feel deprived. That's what, you know, there's diets in the sense of like going on a diet, and then there's a healthy lifestyle diet, how we eat. And we want you to learn how to eat healthy and be able to, you know, portion your food out correctly and make it a lifestyle change. Because once you incorporate this into your lifestyle, it takes over and you just start thinking in that way. I mean, it's amazing for me now. I don't always use my containers, like I said, and sometimes I start to get a little cheaty and I have to go back around to it. But you get to the point where you know exactly what those portions start to look like. And you make yourself a salad with your chicken on it. And it's kind of funny now because I'll go, maybe I need to measure that chicken, and I throw it in my little red container and it's exactly right what I had already put aside for myself. So you do start to learn exactly what those portions look like. So even when you go out to eat, you're able to also see it there and you'll go, okay, well, here's this big steak. I'm going to cut it in half because that's my portion. So we want to teach you, and that's one of the things that we teach in our groups is how to portion your food and how to do it properly and how to get the right amounts of each thing in each day that you need.
Absolutely. And I think it's important to note too, not everyone realizes that 80% of our results come from what we eat, not from our fitness. And so if you're working out every day, but you're still eating like crap, you're not going to get to where you want to be.
I can say that I was living proof of that with my 4 years of doing crazy boot camps and, you know, still was weighing, 40 or 50 pounds more than I wanted to at the time. My food, and it actually wasn't even that I was eating bad. I was overeating certain things or under eating. Like that was a thing that you also have to remember. A lot of times people aren't eating enough, and that's just as bad as eating too much. So people, when we first get them going on eating healthy, they say, well, this is so much food. I can't eat all that. And it's a pretty sure sign that what they were eating before wasn't healthy, because when you're not eating the right stuff and you're eating more processed food, it's smaller portions. When you start eating the amount of vegetables that you're supposed to eat in a day and all those things, it becomes a lot larger amount. Yeah, I lost my train of thought, but
Totally agree. So Shakeology, we both kind of mentioned it briefly earlier, but what I love about Shakeology is that it literally is what I call my duh meal of the day. Like Christine mentioned, it was her easy breakfast. It's actually the same for me too. I know some people who use it as a mid-morning snack, or some days, you know, let's be real, you get crazy and you don't get a chance to like throw lunch together. Well, it's easy to keep a packet of Shakeology in your purse or your desk drawer and just throw it together on a whim, because that's the whole point of it. It's meant to be nutrition on the go that makes fitting in your daily requirements easy. It's nutrient dense. There's over 40 plus superfoods packed into one serving. It's crazy, guys. So if you are a person who does not love vegetables, this is going to be your jam. I mean, there's things like chia seeds and goji berries and kale and a bunch of crazy stuff that you probably have never heard of before, and I hadn't either. But I will say you don't taste a single one of them. You taste whatever the flavor of your Shakeology is. And there are no artificial ingredients. Beachbody is actually so vigilant on this that it took years for them to come out with a vanilla flavor, because they wanted to make sure to ethically source vanilla beans. So this is legit. There are no artificial fillers or sweeteners or things like that that so many shakes honestly out there have, and it's just filling your body with things that you don't need and is holding you back from optimal nutrition. And I'm just telling you, cost-wise, your daily Shakeology is less expensive than your daily latte habit if you were like how I used to be. And trust me, with flavors like the chocolate, cafe latte, vanilla, strawberry, I could go on. There's going to be probably 1 or 2 new flavors out this year. You're really not going to miss that daily latte and the energy and just feeling. It sounds weird to say, but you feel clean. I don't know how else to say that, but when I first started drinking it, it was like I felt like my insides were clean.
Well, I wanted to add too. So Shakeology started off, like I said in my story, my breakfast, you know, so I got that thing first thing in the day, but I have a massive sweet tooth, and Shakeology has been my solution to that. And so when I start to have really bad sugar cravings, Shakeology ends up being that evening last snack of the day. I don't like to use Shakeology as a meal for myself anymore. I still eat 3 square meals a day, and Shakeology is one of my added snacks. Or it's like, or be like right after a workout. But so if you have a sweet tooth like I do, it has totally curbed my sweet tooth cravings. It gives me that satisfaction of having like a chocolate shake at night. Yeah. So, and it's full of all this great stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And plus we have some vegan options for people who follow a vegan lifestyle. So you aren't left out of that. There are options for you there too. Yeah. So Christine?
So we want to help find the workout program that's best for you and your goals. And so everybody's got different goals or different things that they enjoy. And let me tell you, you will never get bored because we have so many programs to choose from. Everything from weightlifting to dancing programs. We've got line dancing programs, hip hop, weightlifting, cardio, Brazilian butt lift, which Farrah just finished, and so on and so forth. So what your goals are, say you're looking to get more, maybe some people want to get shredded. Maybe you're just trying to tone up. Maybe you have had back problems and you need something without the same kind of impact. You know, there's yoga and there's PIO and all these wonderful things that are great options. And then of course, Farrah and our favorite program is 21 Day Fix. It's the best starter program because you get a little bit of everything. You get your cardio, you get your weightlifting. It can kind of grow with you as you get stronger. And me personally, it's one of my favorite starter programs. So, yeah.
Yeah. And the best part too is Beachbody On Demand. It's basically like the Netflix of fitness, and it's streaming. So you can take it with you anywhere. You can have it on a laptop, on your TV, on your smartphone. If you love the gym environment, you could take it with you to the gym or on vacation. It's really like accessing an entire library of workouts wherever you go, which makes far less hassle. And it always keeps, you know, variety there if you're someone who gets bored easily.
Some of those people that are like the gym, Body Beast is actually built for somebody who likes to go to the gym. It's the best way to do that program because of all the weights that are involved and the sets. It's very easy to follow at the gym, though I've done it at home. So it's possible both ways.
Yeah, and it's also great for families too. So if you have a spouse or a significant other or kids who are following a healthy lifestyle too, which is of course awesome and helps keep you on track, but they're not necessarily going to want to do the same program as you, and it gets expensive to have to like purchase a bunch of additional programs. So this just provides the entire library, over $6,000 worth of content, and they can have anything that they'd like.
And my husband and I both do different programs. The only time when I first started and I did 21 Day Fix, he joined me because he was a supportive spouse. And after that, he's gone on to do all these other programs without me. He's done T25, he's done Body Beast, he's done Hammer and Chisel, he's done P90X3, you name it. He's done a whole bunch of them, but I've done different ones. I've done 21 Day Fix, 21 Day Fix Extreme, Core to Force, things that he wasn't interested in. So we have different tastes of what we want to do. And I'm actually starting PIO now. So, it's all, it's nice to be able to have this variety. And the other thing that Farrah didn't say, even though it's on demand, you also have the ability to download to your device. I think it's 7 programs. So if you're traveling and you may not have Wi-Fi, which sometimes can be the case for me, I go sailing in the summertime, and a couple of places that we end up on, we have no Wi-Fi. And so if you've got your program loaded up, you don't have to worry about that issue either.
I know, that's definitely a bonus. Because we all know Wi-Fi doesn't always like to cooperate.
No, not always.
So, Christine?
So anyway, why struggle solo? Absolutely. I was somebody who did that for so long. When you join one of our challenge groups, you're with us, we're with you, and we start together, we finish together. That's how it is. We are better together, stronger together. It's so easy to fall off when you're on your own, but when you have people there every day holding you accountable, and if you have a way that you want your coach to reach out to you. I leave it up to my challengers, but I always, on top of just the accountability group, I don't let you fall away. If I don't hear from you in a day or two, you're going to hear from me. I'm going to make sure that you're still there because you said you had a goal, and we're going to be there to motivate you, hold you accountable, and support you through that challenge.
Absolutely. So, okay, so we've kind of given you an overview of what a challenge group is. Now, let's all think back to the old way of how we, either maybe you're currently doing things or how you used to do things. You try to find, someone to help hold you accountable. Like maybe you don't have a family member or a friend. Maybe it's hiring a personal trainer or something along those lines. Then it's searching for the right diet to follow and then purchasing all the special things that those tend to require from you. Maybe it's the check-in support groups that go along with that, so additional time. Then you have to try and figure out what your workout's going to be. And maybe that's an expensive gym membership that you kind of flake out on and don't end up using anyway. Or maybe you try program after program and keep investing in things that just aren't working for you. And also just trying to get a balanced diet in. And, if you're, again, a busy working mom and you're just trying to get breakfast on the go, let's be real, a lot of times that ends up being a scone or a drive-through breakfast sandwich that is not doing your body favors. You guys, all of that starts to just compound, and it gets expensive and it's not efficient. But there is a better way, and that is with our All Access Challenge Pack. So what that includes is a lot of the things we've already discussed with you tonight. It is 12 months, so an entire year's access to the Beachbody On Demand platform. Again, you can access it anywhere, over $6,000 worth of content. Work out to your heart's content and change programs every month if you'd like to. It is golden. You also get the portion fix containers that Christine talked about. Again, they represent all of your food groups to make sure you're getting a healthy, well-balanced diet in a way that's easy to understand and easy to work into your life. You get your nutrition on the go, Shakeology, which we talked about too. Again, a very affordable way to get a very nutrient-dense serving of everything you need in your diet, and perfect again for on the go. And I will tell you too, my kids love it. And then you again get the coach support. That is just so important. The coach support and challenge group support to keep you on track with your goals, guys. I'm just telling you, it is the secret sauce that has kept me and so many other people on track with their goals. I mean, really, when you think about it, everything you would spend and how much time you'd have to spend researching in the old way versus one investment to get 30 meals of Shakeology and an entire year's worth of access to this amazing platform, it is just a no-brainer to me. I am just excited. And this is actually a new offering from Beachbody, the All Access Pass, to get every single program that Beachbody has ever released, plus 3 additional programs in 2017. I mean, it's crazy. So if you're one of those that likes to bounce around, try a lot of different things, this is the most cost-effective way to go about it. And if you want information too on how to get an even better deal, ask us or the coach who invited you about the premier customer discount option. But I will say with the All Access Challenge Pack, you get a 10% VIP customer discount on top of it. So that can be applied towards your future months of Shakeology, which really does make an impact on your savings. Or if there's any other things that you want to purchase through Beachbody, that's ongoing for that full year. You get 10% discount. Is there anything I missed there, Christine?
Well, I was just going to say, and you also get your coach, who invited you here, who's going to hold you accountable, and 3 weeks of meal plan. Like, we basically have meal plans, shopping lists, the whole 9 yards for you. So you're not just getting that challenge pack, but you're also getting all the things that we have in our group and us in that accountability and these amazing support groups that aren't included in that price, but are totally invaluable.
And that's honestly, too, the benefit of working with a Beachbody coach versus, you know, I know like some people go buy a workout program on Amazon, or they will just, you know, buy directly through the website. But if you work through a coach, that's when you're going to get that personalized support and in those challenge groups and all of those add-ons, like Christine mentioned, the meal plan. That's something that's additional that we offer just as a thank you and to make sure that we give you the best chance of success possible.
Yeah. The worst thing is trying to figure out a new way to do things and figuring out that shopping list and make your way through it, at least for me. And so when I got that handed to me the first time from my coach, where it was like, here's your 3 weeks, go buy these food each week. And it was just so simple and easy to follow. It made it so easy to stick to it because the preparation was there. We'll teach you how to prep it. We'll be there to show you how to get through those weeks and be prepared for that so that you don't fall off track.
Exactly. So, and the really great thing too is by investing in yourself with the All Access Pass, there is no risk. There's a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you use that entire bag of Shakeology and you decide on serving number 30 that it is not for you, that you don't like the taste or you don't feel good when you're on it, which I think is more unusual, but you know, that has happened. You never know. So there is no risk because there is a bottom of the bag money back guarantee that you can get your money back. So really it takes away that kind of freak out factor and gives you that peace of mind knowing that if something were not to work out, that you have that option. But I will say the time has come to invest in you because you're absolutely worth it. And, you know, thinking about, you know, investing in ourselves sometimes is scary. And I know women often put themselves last. This is your chance. There's a reason why you are here tonight. There's a reason why you've been talking with a coach or following whoever you are. It's because there's something extra that you're needing to get yourself on track or, you know, maybe for the first time. And you are absolutely worth the investment you make in yourself. So never doubt that.
So anyway, what she was saying, it's time to invest in you, and you know, we're here to do it with you and find your happiest self. I can't tell you, you know, I never realized that I could be and feel as good as I do right now. And you know, we want to do that for you, and we want to be there for you, and we want to give you a whole life so you can live it and love it and not be hiding in pictures behind your children anymore or whatever that you're doing that you're not living to the fullest.
Absolutely. I would also just like to do a little side note to say I have the most ridiculous jump in this photo.
And I'm the one with my full belly hanging out. And let me tell you, 4 years ago, I was hiding behind somebody in a picture, not like right in the middle with
Oh my God. There's something about being on a beach with a bunch of other coaches that makes you do things you don't think you would do. But anyway, so next steps to get started. It's really very simple, you guys. Just reach out to the coach who invited you. If it's not one of us, whoever that is, reach out to them and talk about what the next steps are to get you enrolled with your All Access Challenge Pack. It's really a very simple process. Literally will take you 5 minutes from start to finish, and will set you on the path to getting rolling on the next phase of your journey here. And your coach will likely ask you to submit a challenge group application too, and that's just so that they can get to know you a little bit more, like the ins and outs, what your background is, what programs have worked for you, what hasn't, if nutrition is a strength or a weakness, things along that line. But just trying to get a whole picture so we can help you to the best of our ability.
And we have a special bonus tonight. So everybody who signs up with their coach tonight will be entered in a prize drawing to win the Fix8 cookbook. And a $25 Amazon gift card. Whoa, that's awesome. Okay. And the amazing thing is the Fix8 cookbook is the most incredible cookbook, I have to say. And Farrah and I both have like our favorites from there, but it has everything under the sun. 101 recipes that use the Fix8 using the container system that we talked about. There are treats. There are even cocktails, skinny cocktails in there. And you name it. So it's a great companion piece to doing the program and being in our challenge groups. And then you can go get yourself some new workout clothes with the $25 gift card.
Absolutely. That's a motivator to me. I don't know about you guys.
Oh, and I also wanted to add that $199 pricing actually ends tonight at midnight too, from what we hear. So that special ends this month, doesn't it?
Actually,
or is it extended?
They have extended it because this All Access Pass, it's brand new again, just in the last couple months. And there has been just like such a huge positive response to it, like kind of what everyone's been waiting to see from Beachbody, that they have decided to make that permanent pricing, at least for 2017. I don't know.
Awesome. See, I didn't even know that yet.
That was recent. They just announced that, actually. So, I mean, now there's no promises that after this year that will be what the pricing is, but right now they're guaranteeing through 2017. So if tonight's not the right time for you and you want a couple days to think about it, obviously you have a little bit of time, but we would love to get you rolling in a challenge group. Some of us are already just starting one this week, so it's not too late to actually get on board with that. And to speak from experience, sometimes the longer you you think about it, it's easier to talk yourself out of it. So just, leap. That's what I did. It's what Christine did. Just go with your gut. Trust why you're here tonight and give yourself a chance. So that's it from us tonight, guys. If you have any questions, like I said, just please feel free to reach out to us or to the coach who invited you to attend. We're just so thankful that you took some time out of your busy night. We know what weeknights can be like, but just taking a chance to hear a little bit more about what our stories are, what we do, what challenge groups can offer you for benefits, and really how easy it is to get started on your journey. Just know that you absolutely have the strength within you to make this happen. All we do is bring that out in you and provide you the support you need to succeed.
Thanks, guys. Have a nice evening.